When I was in my early 20s and new to the living with an adult, as an adult with a disability thing, my second oldest niece went to foster care. And it became very clear in a short period of time that she was not going to be returning to her parents. So I called her social worker and said, hey, I want to be a placement for her. At that point, I'd been a teacher, and I was working with children as a teacher and as a youth pastor, and I knew I was good at working with kids, even though I had a disability. I knew that I could parent this little girl. Social worker took my information, sent me paperwork to fill out, quickly filled out that paperwork, sent it right back, waited a few weeks. Called up the social worker, checked on the status. Social worker told me my paperwork was lost and I needed to redo it. So I redid the paperwork, sent it back in, waited a few weeks. Contacted the social worker again, who told me now I had to do a different type of paperwork. So I redid paperwork that seemed very similar to the paperwork I had just filled out a few weeks before, sent it in. This pattern continued to repeat itself for 9 months, when I finally learned that the social worker was not processing my paperwork at all and was not considering me for placement of my niece because I had a disability. That was one of the most difficult things to hear, was that my dream of parenting and becoming a parent to this little girl was being crushed because some bureaucrat decided, who had never met me, who knew very little about me, decided I couldn't parent merely because I had a disability. Well, I fought back, got some help from an advocate for my daughter, and eventually got my home study completed and got a judge to award custody. But still, they still would not place this little girl with me, even though a court had ordered placement. But I knew that it was worth living on for this little girl, even in those darkest days. And I continued to fight. And eventually she was placed with me. And now, nearly 17 years later, she's fully grown. She lives in her own house. She loves going to NASCAR races and enjoying her season tickets to the ballet. And because I lived on and I fought through those most very difficult times, and the tough times even after that, arranging attendant care and getting the help we need, she is thriving. And I'm here to watch her grow up and watch my other kids grow and learn and be wonderful adults that they are.